Hi guys, oh dear. Okay, well, I thought it's time I did second half of the August video, and also apologise to you for not having any new videos on my channel or doing my tutorial. It's been a really weird month for me. Brandon moved out and I think that upset me a bit, even though I wanted him to, and it was driving me nuts. Dave had a bit of car trouble. Somebody sort of forced him over on a roundabout and he hit the curb and his tyre burst. He had to have a day off work, so he's been under my feet, what with that and the bank holiday, and he's got to have another day off tomorrow because the tyre they put on is deflating, so after paying 140 quid. So anyways, I thought I'll show you what I've been doing in the last 11 days. I'm so sorry. Okay, so we know now that I'm obsessed with knitting, and I said I was going to try and do some knitted Christmas decorations, and I was going to try and make, because it's quite faffy to do, I was going to try and make, like, knitting a sort of a stamp like this. So I made this kind of original, which took forever. I mean, I've done loads of knitted pens now, and it's like I'm obsessed with the knitting thing, but I'm also sick to death of it. So I thought if I do this, I can make a stamp. So I used this kind of mixed together stuff to take from that to make a stamp. But it's a bit mobile, it's a bit soft, and I found I wasn't getting the results I wanted from it. So that was a day gone because I was so done with it by the end of that. So the next day I thought I'd use some Oyumaru, this plastic stuff that you put in hot water. Quite difficult to use over this much of an area, flat area. It's more rigid, and I found that where it was doing a print it was better, but it has areas of just where it doesn't really sort of show the print very deeply, and it's never as good as the original. And you know what? if you're going to mush it up to try again, you have to dry it, because otherwise you get water bubbles. But if you dry it too much, it sort of gets sticky and it sticks to the fabric or to the paper that you're using to dry it. So so I ended up getting water bubbles in between it. I did it about 4 times. That was another day that I decided I didn't want to do any more polymer clay. And then I tried again, and I thought, what's the material that I know best? Polymer clay. So I thought I'd make a polymer clay stamp, and I made this one, and it works pretty well, but nothing gives the look of actually making the knitting by hand. So in the end I decided not to go ahead with that and to just do knitting by hand. And I thought what I'll do to make it less like nightmarish to try and finish it is to do some chunky knitting, and I made this, and this is what I'm going to do my tutorial on, I think. Dave admitted to me, I said to Dave, do you like it? And he said, it's very well executed. I said, don't you like it? And he said, don't really like that knitting look. I was like, wow, thanks for your support. So anyway, so I've made this, and I thought today I'll make a green one, a smaller one, and that will set me up to make my tutorial. So I got my green clay out this morning, and oh my goodness, it took me back to my Fimo days. It was just, I was trying to condition it. I found another packet of green that was so soft that you wouldn't have really wanted to use it. I tried to mix the two. I did a load of that, and I just thought, you know what, I'm going to make my other August video for my patrons now, because I am sick to death of it again. What is wrong with me? So yeah, the tutorial is almost going to be ready. Hopefully I'll finish that other green one today, and then tomorrow make the tutorial when I finish faffing with my hair. But yeah, I've been a bit out of sorts, and I'm so sorry, and I wouldn't for a moment blame anybody if they stopped being my patron, because at this point in time I'm just having a bit of a bad patch. And you can tell I'm having a bad patch because I've had to put my glasses back on that string because I keep losing them. Okay, let me show you some other things so it'll be a bit more cheerful. I'll tell you about some things first, and I'm going to put a photograph of these on the page. I've been buying houses for my cats because when I go to college, they're going to be on their own for like 9 hours, and I can't leave all 6 of them in here for 9 hours on their own because that would be a disaster, I think. So I've already bought 3 and made them. 2 are the same, one's bigger, it's more like a dog kennel, and I'm going to buy a 3rd one of the little ones. So I've got 3 little ones and 1 big one, and they're dotted around in our garden, so no one cat can dominate any of them. Otherwise they could sort of guard things and won't let the other cats join in. So yeah, so my garden looks so funny because it looks like a little cat village. And I've also bought, for the ones that are indoors, because at the minute they don't have a litter tray, because I'm always letting them in and out. We don't have a cat flap. I don't want to find the kind of things you find if you have a cat flap. Thanks. So we're going to get a litter tray. I've bought, our little ones are rubbish. They're really shallow. So I bought a big one with the sides kind of curve over. And I bought a litter mat that's supposed to trap the cat litter. So I might do a product review on those when I've tried them out, but that's for the cats who are staying indoors. So essentially what's going to happen now is that when we have breakfast, I'm going to try and train the cats to eat earlier in the morning. And then when we have breakfast, when I go to college, Dave can give me a lift, which is amazing. We found that out. That's a good thing we found out. A small detour from his route to work. It gets me there a bit early, or it will, well, when I get my class times, I'll know, but it probably will get me there a bit early. But it's fantastic because it's quite a journey. It'll be like 2 buses. But he said, no, I can drop you off. Whee! So what we'll do is we'll feed the cats in the morning, and then we'll chuck out 3 or 4 of them. And then the ones that are indoors can use the litter tray, and the ones that are outdoors can use the houses. I'll probably have more than 1 litter tray in here anyway. So yeah, that's the plans for the cats. I do feel sorry for them, but I think they'll adapt. And they've got the, there's probably going to be biscuits out for the ferals that they can nick if they're really desperate, I guess. I don't know. I'll make sure they're fine. Don't worry about it. I'm going to leave that to me. What else have I been doing? Oh, I've been buying things for my course. Oh, hang on, I'll show you my handbag. I bought a bag, which I hope is going to be big enough, but which is more like a handbag, isn't it? So I'll see if that's any good. I've bought a mini water bottle because I don't drink gallons and gallons. Pink. I've bought a sandwich box. I've got loads of these, but they've all had polymer clay in them, so I bought a new one. And I bought a lever, a file, ring binder, I think you can see it there, in pink. And I bought this book of paper. So there's some of the things. And they're all pink. So I'm hoping they'll be nice and noticeable so I don't lose them. And everyone will say, oh God, that's that mad woman's pink stuff. I've been doing that, and I've also bought some books. So the most expensive book was this one. It weighs 3 kilograms, and it's called Jewellery, Concepts and Technology, and it's not the British spelling of jewellery. It's an amazing book. It's like a Bible of jewellery making. And inside it's got some pictures, lots of the things that they're showing you kind of black and white from the 50s kind of. It's an old, it's an old book, but it's absolutely amazing. And it even talks about, the concepts of why we want jewellery. So whether it's for remembrance, or to show status, or to show that you're conformist, or to show that you're an arty non-conformist, or... It's absolutely brilliant. It tells you everything you'd need to know if you're doing a jewellery course, I'm sure. Some of the technical information might be a bit old hat, but that's fine. It's money well spent. I bought it second hand and it was still £47 or something. When I got it, it said it was new, but it had a big scratch down the back. Someone sort of scored the whole length of the dust jacket, And so I sent them a message on Amazon and said, not very impressed. And they gave me another 20% off, which was really good of them. The other book I bought for the course is this one. I don't think I mentioned before, but I'm going to Munich in March. Hopefully, I've got to send off for a new passport. But they're doing a trip to Munich with the course in March for a few days. And this book is about contemporary jewellery and, or is the British spelling. And it's got lots of the things that I'm probably going to see in Munich, because I think lots of them are from a collection in Munich. I think this person who wrote it is one of the people who sort of curates the museum. I don't know. But lots of really weird and wonderful stuff. Where the other book is full of like proper, how to make proper beautiful silver things in the old-fashioned way, and maybe a little bit of kind of 30s and 40s stuff. This book is, you know, different. The modern contemporary art jewellery. It's not necessarily, I mean, really? I'm not quite sure what that is. I'm not sure if that's a bracelet or a necklace she's wearing there. Some of this stuff is very weird and wonderful, but I've got to try and get my head around it because it's part of my course. And I'll probably be making some of these weird and wonderful things as well, because that's what it's about, pushing boundaries, I guess. Look at that ring. I won't be making that. There are some really weird things in here, but the one that got to me, let me see if I can find it. Oh Lord. I should have bookmarked it, shouldn't I? No, it's not there, is it? Oh, okay. Well, anyway, it's a woman who has got, well, this woman freaks me out. She cuts the outside of a plastic placemat, cuts the edging off and paints it black with acrylic paint to make a necklace. Okay, love. This thing here is weird. This looks like a panty liner with some houses on it. Yeah, so there's some weird and wonderful things in here, but you know what? That's part of contemporary design, isn't it? You can probably get a CAD system to reproduce the kind of things that the old jewellers made. This is funny. This is growing on me, this jewellery. It's gold, but it looks like cardboard held together with staples. You see, look, well, at first that just made me angry, and now it's grown on me, so maybe I'm getting into the right mindset. I wish I could find this woman's things. The woman's socks. Oh, Lord. Okay, you know what? You're my patron, so you're going to have to sit there while I flick through this book. Dun, 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 dun. Here they are. Okay, so this lady is looking at gender and stuff. And what she's done is she's got some anonymous people to wear socks. And socks are non-gender specific. We all wear socks. She doesn't know which sex of person has worn them. And then she gets them, she puts copper on them and things, and she makes them into brooches that are essentially women's parts. So you can look forward to me knocking out a few of them. So yeah, that's some things for my course. I've ordered some clothes because I don't really have any, and I'm very excited. But all the emails I keep getting from UCAS and student finance and things, it's all so reminiscent of when Brandon started university. It's actually making me really sad. Because when he moved out, that was the first time in 33 years I hadn't had one of my children at home. So, yeah, that's me. I will make this tutorial, I promise. It's not like rocket science, but I think it'll be fun. And I just need to sort it out. And as far as this is concerned, you know, I hate to have done this for nothing, but I don't think stamps of knitting work very well. Maybe if you were doing, say, a mosaic, and I could have a little knitted square, I could probably use that stamp and it would be good enough. but to make something a bit more important or a bit more significant, it just isn't as good as making knitting yourself. All right, I'm done. I'm so sorry I haven't had much in the way of videos on the channel this time, but I hope you enjoyed this video, and anything you want to ask me or talk to me about, please do. And yeah, tell me if you like this bag. It was £11. It was just 11 English pounds. I think they couldn't give them away. All right, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.